The first results offered clues as to the nature of the environment that the hunter-gatherer clans had known 8,000 years ago, some 3,000 years before Stonehenge.
There was a mixed woodland environment, there were oak, there was grasses. That is pretty much what you'd expect for a site of this period.
But hidden in the sample were traces of something that the team weren't expecting. Evidence of something astounding.
What did surprise us was evidence for wheat. By any standards, it shouldn't have been there.
It shouldn't have been there because wheat is evidence of agriculture, and even the most conservative estimates place the introduction of farming in Britain some 2,000 years later. So the presence of wheat in the ancient landscapes beneath the Solent needs an explanation.
It's almost certainly being imported, but it has to be coming from some distance. The nearest farming groups at 6,000 were potentially hundreds of miles away. However it actually arrives, it does give strong suggestions that Britain is not an isolated place. It's part of very complex networks which must have stretched a considerable way across continental Europe. And if that's the case, we have to start rethinking about how we imagine groups which we call simple. It's only occasionally an archaeologist finds something that you think may be a complete game changer. The work at Boulder is up there at the top. It's an exceptional event to find something that really does challenge the way you think about an archaeological period fundamentally.
This startling revelation from the deep describes a sophistication in our early ancestors that some archaeologists had not thought possible. It demands a comprehensive re-examination of who these people were, where they came from, and what impact they had on our early history. Their story starts at the end of the last ice age. As Britain woke from its long hibernation, the thick ice sheet that covered most of the north of the country started to melt. Further south, the thaw had begun in earnest. The recently uninhabitable polar desert now sprang to life. The sea levels, though rising, were far below where they are today, and Britain was not yet an island, simply a continuation of what is now France and the Netherlands.